Hi, I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to do your check-in specialty reading for the eclipse, which is tomorrow, okay? It is in Scorpio. I did a intro on TikTok. You guys are already popping on me. For you guys, this is in your 8th house, okay? The natural house and home base for Scorpio, and will have a lot to do with death, taxes, deeply transformative sexual relationships, things of this sort can have a new beginning around this time. If you have anything cooking on the pot there, whether it's, in regards to your own legacy, these issues can go extremely deep at this time. So I'm going to pull a little 5-card spread for you guys today because I want to get on to the detailed readings as well for everybody. But I'm just going to cut these for you. You guys still have Mars in Gemini, okay, in the 3rd house, okay. The natural, there you go. I love seeing you. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. All right. What you guys got going on? Temperance. I love to see you like this. Okay. Before I speak on these, I just wanted to, you're here with a lot of good energy. It does look like there's something very specific that you are, just to call these out, I have Temperance, Judgment, 2 of Cups, the Tower, and the 3 of Wands, okay? This is in your 8th house, like I said. Chiron or Chiron, the wounded healer, is still in the middle of Aries, okay? Any of you guys that are built in the middle decan, especially if you have things that Chiron or Chiron is transiting, like your sun or your rising, within 3 or 4 degrees, Chiron can be powerful. It is the wounded healer. It's also the maverick. And I do just want to mention that there's like what's called a quincunx, all right, between Chiron in the middle decan and this eclipse. Okay. If you have anything in middle Scorpio as well, or in the first decan of Scorpio, it will be a little bit stronger for you. Okay. I do expect new beginnings there. I do think that they're beautiful, and because they have Venus in them, I do think that they are going to be, tied to your 2nd house of income. All right, so your income might go up or have a new start in one way or another due to this eclipse activity. There may be something painful about it involved, especially if you've lost somebody or something of this sort. Okay, for those of you that have not, there may be something just. When we're dealing with Chiron, it also acts as the maverick, okay? And there's something, regarding your legacy that I feel will be of importance around this time, all right? Insofar as new beginnings are concerned, okay? And I expect it to hit your 2nd house, your 7th house. So I, would expect it to involve, thematics of 2nd and 7th house, dealing with partnerships. Okay, whether you're dealing with a business partnership, if that business partnership can yield you, new income sources or things of this sort, there's just something very legacy oriented about this for you guys. And I see you here and wanting to build something new. There's 2 towers here though now on a very small read. I have a tower as a clarifier. And the tower has to do with here with what you can do. And I, feel like something is maybe breaking down a little bit. Okay. There's some sort of, forgiveness issues and some hurt going on here. Okay. And some sort of evaluation on one sense or another. Okay. And when I pulled on this Temperance, I got the Tower and the Queen of Swords. So I don't know if you feel like you want to bite somebody's head off, or if you feel like everything's going to crumble on something. You're popping on me like crazy while I'm discussing this. But I get this sense that possibly you do. There is a, you know, and maybe somebody else did this to you and you are trying to have patience. You're in a beautiful energy here, but you are in a period of realizations, okay? And for some of you, this could have to do with a domestic partnership, okay? A foundation in regards to that, possibly a contract, okay? You know, I've got two queens here so far, the Queen of Pentacles, and I've got the Queen of Swords. So I feel like somebody is, you know, gonna have some words, you know, around this time, and you may be afraid that it's gonna blow a tower, but I see you in this beautiful energy, so I'm not sure how much of it is fear, you know? But with Mars through your third house as well, that is a lot of kind of firepower when it comes to communications, and a lot of drive in with communications. Okay, it can also affect your small networks. All right, so for some of you guys, hold on one second. Give me this tower. Wow. For some of you guys, there may be some movement involved, okay? I do see a period of, insofar of what you can do to help or hinder this situation. There's something kind of odd about this tower popping here, you know, because I've got the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and then the Eight of Cups. So it's like, these are representations of a brand new start. It's like, either we're going to have this, and you know, and it could be that you need to reassess some structures in order to have the ultimate happiness in love, all right, and take your relationship to the next level, or a significant relationship to the next level. If you know, it's like there is a theme of, you know, if you guys have been through some sort of breakup or something like that, of maybe some of you going through this feeling that you will never be in love again, okay? And I feel that way because of the way that the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Cups with the Eight of Cups is on this tower. And it's like, I think that the warning is not to blow your own tower, like not to put yourself in a corner, all right? There is, you know, and how will this help or hurt? Anticipate the best in what you're manifesting for yourself looking forward, okay? Don't close yourself off to possibilities of what you envision for your legacy, okay? Because I do show that insofar as like a new beginning is, you know, that, you know, you are a little bit anxiety ridden in your head, a little bit about something that's gone on here, dealing with some significant relationships. It could be a family relationship or another relationship that affected your legacy, or eighth house issues here that's up for new starts. And, you know, hang on a second. For some of you, it could have to do with a father or a marriage, okay? You know, a significant foundation, which I feel like I already mentioned, you know, and I feel as if there's anxiety and fear, and possibly for some of you that something has, you know, happened that has forced you into a period of judgment. I don't know if it's like an ideological clash of the most significance or something of this sort here, or if you're just afraid that it's going to happen. But the advice from the universe is, you know, that it, you know, with you in this temperance energy, you know, following this judgment in regards to this Two of Cups, it looks like some of you may be headed towards, you know, solidifying a foundation of legacy, because I have the Emperor, the Four of Rods, and the Chariot. You know, this could have to do with another father figure in your all's life. It also could have to do with you getting married, you know, and there's something about blowing a tower to an all or nothing theme of new love, ultimate happiness, okay? And this could have to do with, like, you know, absolutely walking away from things, you know, that you had previously, and healing, yeah, and healing and seeking greater stability, okay? And it may be a walking away of that thematic playback, that you were playing back in your head, or if someone crashed a tower on you, you know, kind of not getting stuck in that vibe, like that's all you're gonna get, because I don't see that for you guys. You guys have some beautiful, beautiful energy this year, and I just don't see that. I do see a little bit of waiting, you know, and hard working. You know, I just see you in a little bit of a waiting phase and a little bit anxiety ridden over some justice. And again, this will cross multiple, you know, avenues, you know, for you guys. I'm looking forward to doing your November reading. I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be beautiful. However, it may feel very, very intense. Sometimes, you know, new moons are sometimes quiet. This, you know, a new moon with an eclipse is usually, you know, it's not that quiet. You know, it's more intense. It's like the new beginnings are amplified to the nth degree, and sometimes those require tearing down old structures, whether they're in the mind, heart, body, spirit, or, you know, physical location. So enjoy it, all right? And I will be thinking of you guys, and I'm going to move on to Taurus. Taurus, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well. Your ruler is conjunct. Your ruler is conjunct with this eclipse, okay? It is going to be a time of new beginnings. For you guys, it hits your 7th house of partnerships, okay? Some of you guys may be tying the knot, or you know, have met somebody that you believe that you can, you know, go forward with. For some of you, you might be considering new partners, whether that's in business, okay, or in something, you know, more love centered, okay. But I do show significant new beginnings here with your ruler in it. Makes it even more significant. I feel like some of you guys are starting the beginnings, or at the helm of the new beginnings, especially with its proximity to the sun and the moon. The thing additionally that I would like to draw to your attention is that it also may affect your service, okay? How you service others, all right, and service related professions, okay, especially if you're making new partnerships in regards to those professions, or having new beginnings with new colleagues, things of this sort. That would be a long-term thing, okay. I do see it as very pleasant here. I am showing 2 kings here. There's no sex in tarot. Very strong, mature cards though, a King of Swords and a King of Wands. It looks as if there is some sort of offer here, okay, whether it's, you know, some sort of decision that comes up over the next 2 weeks following this eclipse for you, where, you know, somebody may make an offer to you, you know, I don't, you know, or you to someone else, okay, and there's something, you know, very very, very important, all right? I've got the King of Swords here, and you know, and insofar as what you can do to help or hinder this process, is like the universe is saying, is King of Wands and the Page of Wands. So I'm feeling as if that is a yes. Explore these new beginnings, explore your options. You may get something, an offer of some sort that kind of scares you, or identify someone that you know, or something that you want to try, but there's a little bit of fear, all right? But it's a wish fulfillment. Somebody is some sort of wish fulfillment, all right? And you know, it may require a decision of one kind or another. Again, yeah, I'm getting a lot of decision cards, okay? There may be like some, you know, for some of you, you could have a celebration of some sort, you know, an upcoming event, okay? And it could, again, have to do with a partnership, whether it's business or pleasure. I do feel like some of this is tied to a lot of great security at work, okay, on this too, of on this offer, and it may be that it's a job offer, you know, or something along those lines, or a potential partner. you know, that is of some significance here, okay? And I show that that is the cause of this wish fulfillment. So I do feel like something was offered to you. And for a lot of you, I think it had to do with work. If it did, it's probably something that you're an expert at, okay, with the Eight of Pentacles showing here, a real master at or have mastered. You know, that can lead to a Ten of Pentacles. That's the ultimate in security and fulfillment and, you know, family life. You know, it's a very abundant thing, all right? With this King of Swords as the likely outcome, I'm also popping with the King of Pentacles. So for some of you guys, this may require a domestication move or something of this sort. You know, certainly I wouldn't put it past, you know, that is, yeah, up for new beginnings. Some of you could have dealings with, or a partnership with a brother. Some of you could. Although for a lot of you, I see this as a potential soul tie, okay? And for you to explore new soul ties, okay? Explore new partnerships, okay? I you know, and there is something about freeing yourself from restrictions here, because on this Page of Wands, which has to do with a really good, you know, vivacious, competitive spirit, offers energy, things of this sort, I'm showing strength, the Eight of Swords, and the King of Wands. So, you know, you may not be able to keep your hands off somebody, or you may have been in something where you previously felt restricted. And I believe it's telling you to, you know, I am getting vibes like that. Some of you may speak, whether you're in journalism or something of that sort, or, you know, I'm just getting, you know, there, when I'm dealing with a star and then the Page of Wands and things of this sort, it can, you could do something online, like influencing, things of this sort, okay? It looks very fortuitous. I really haven't pulled any bad cards here. The only thing I see is a little bit of trepidation maybe on your end, and it's coming across as excitement. So enjoy it, Taurus, all right? For those of you that are in the middle decan, it may require, you know, that, you know, in the middle of Taurus, it may require that you change around some of your routines, especially with that square, okay? And you may have already done that, or there may be some offer or opportunity that's going to require you to go past limits that you didn't let yourself go past for one reason or another previously. All right, those are the vibes I'm getting off your read. I hope you enjoy the solar eclipse. Let me know how it goes. I will see you guys for your generals for November, okay? Bye, Taurus. I love you guys. I'm going to move on to Gemini now. How is my Gemini? You guys doing okay? I just wanted to do a quick 5-card pull for you guys for the eclipse. Okay, you guys still have Mars, all right, which I believe is stationing direct, maybe even turning in the retrograde at the end of this month. And for you, this eclipse falls in your 6th house, okay? That is a house of service, okay? That can be it can be like the drudgery of our everyday work environment. Can also have to do with health at times, but I feel like for you, especially with your ruler in the 5th, I feel like there may be a lot of talks in regards to children and romance and creativity right now that are also, you know, playing along here for the ride. But in the 6th house, there is a lot of fortune, okay? And so, you know, due to some sort of activity that you have with creative projects and things of this sort, and, you know, one of them may be something you have to compete for. I see a lot of tactical training going on if you are in the military, or you know, if you were an attorney or something of this sort, you may actually like have some big creative project or work. Same thing as if you were in a service-oriented field, or politics or something like this. It may just be a very active time. I see that you're very like competitive right now, because I have the, let me just call these out real quick. I have the 5 of Wands, 4 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, the Moon, and the King of Swords. So I feel as if you guys are, you know, there is some instance about intuition here, and you know, you should have a strong intuition. And if you do have an intuition about these new beginnings, it's going to be coming from a 12th house space. as well, since Taurus, since Venus is conjunct the sun and moon, and Taurus is your 12th house, okay? So I feel as if there's a lot of guidance on 12th house issues right now for you, and also on 5th house issues. So there may be something that comes up that is in relation to children, or you know, again, I'm going to go back to this creative project, okay? But I feel as if you guys have gone through just such a massive transition this year with so much energy, okay? There may be something unexpected that started out in the background that's now going to come out to the light, okay? That's just what I'm feeling. Please let me know, you know, to the extent that you want to share. Again, you know, and if you're born on the cusp of Taurus and Gemini, definitely check both, okay? I am getting like some competitive vibes about, you know, maybe you guys like see somebody that you want, and or something that you want very, very much, okay, that promises to take you to some sort of new foundation. And I do show here that some of you may have gone through some sort of new foundation, all right? Because I am popping here with the Empress and Strength on this Four of Wands. And, you know, I feel as if there, whatever this is, especially if it's in your business, like it could have to do with a creative project or a book or something very large that could potentially be celebrated, all right, if you were to get it. You know, and I don't, you know, I feel like you are looking for a firm new foundation here. I am showing with this, hold on one second. I want to pull something else. You guys may, you know, be, you know, starting something in regards to having a child or something of this sort as well at this time. And obviously, you know, you have to give a lot of time and attention to a newborn. You know, but you know, there's something here about a very significant foundation here in regards to that, okay? And a new beginning. I feel as if you've been carrying too much of a load, you do need to rely on some others for help, you know, insofar as building these new foundations at this time, okay? What you can do to help or hinder this process, I'm showing here with the moon. And, you know, the moon has to do with the emotions, and some of the things that you're dealing with may be heavy in emotions, okay? I show you in a beautiful energy here, though. On this moon, I feel as if there is some, like, kind of fear factor here. And I feel like you just need to be upfront. I mean, I'm showing this, you know, King of Swords here. I mean, he is incredible. Now I'm popping with the Emperor on that and the Eight of Rods. You may be speaking with your father and or another figurehead or leader that has quite a lot of power and authority, okay? Very honest person, maybe in the law, something of this sort. There may be some things coming out in regards to something dealing with that. You may be dealing with somebody with some, you know, I mean, when I see the King of Swords, that's you. But I do show this kind of almost, I feel like there's one thing that you need to not do, and that is don't get too heavy into your emotions in between, like, I can have it all. I'm either going to have it all or I'm going to have nothing, and I'm going to be abandoned and poor. Like, there's this all or nothing attitude here in regards to some sort of love offer or creative project here, okay? And I don't, you know, the thing that I'm seeing here as a piece of advice for you guys at the time of these new beginnings for you is for you to tap into your intuition, you know, and let go of insecurities, okay? Go by your intuition, believe in yourself, because there's something very important that is like going on, all right? And I also show that some of you guys may be actually physically needing to travel or move or have a lot of messaging with someone, okay, around the 2 weeks that follows in regards to looking over an offer and discussing or illuminating things that that you want, that you feel like you're not getting, or things of this sort, okay? There may be a decision involved in regards to this that you guys need to make, okay? You have all the tools you need to make this decision, okay? You have all the information, you know, you can rely on yourself. I feel like there's just a little bit here, and it might be because of what a competitive environment you're in right now or something like this, where you, I don't want to say doubt yourself, but like, and it may be because you've had such a strong drive as well. And Gemini, I see this as very fortuitous though. I feel like a very valuable base and possibly some new alliances may come in for you. Okay. Open them, you know, I mean, don't put yourself out there for unnecessary risk, but, I feel as if, you know, it's going to work out. I mean, I do show a little bit of trepidation here, or heavy emotions, okay? But the signs are just pretty damn fortuitous, okay? You do have a square between Neptune and Mars, okay? And that can make you feel like bouts of like anger and disillusionment, okay? So again, I feel like that's why the moon is appearing here, and the warning not to get too stuck in that. You know, maybe up your, I hate to say up your cardio if it's a safe thing for you to do right now, or yoga or meditate if that's like something that you do. I feel like getting into that quiet space into your head can give you a little bit of clarity and comfort right now, that you feel like you are listening to your intuition, and just keep marching forward, because this is a very positive new beginning, okay? And you guys do have a lot of fortunate aspects to it. And again, I feel like there is a lot of talks or a sense of ease in regards to some things regarding, you know, either a creative project or children at this time, okay? And lightheartedness, all right? And really enjoying those things that give you that, all right? And building new structures around those things, okay? So that's all I have for you today. I will see you guys in your bigger reads, okay? And in your check-ins. Thanks for being here with me, Gemini. I love you. I'm going to move on to Cancer. Cancer, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well. I am going to do your eclipse reading. Any of you guys in the first half, really the first 10 degrees of Cancer, you will be trining off with this new beginning, all right? So I expect that to be very beneficial to you. This is going to be falling in your 5th house, so very fortunate, beautiful space for it to fall. You know, I feel as if a lot of you guys, wow, are either going to have like some new project or something in relation to romance that kind of gives you butterflies, children, things of this sort are going to be, there's going to be some new beginnings around, okay? You may get wind of these or have pushed them along yourself, okay? For some of you, I'm showing something in regards to either a community or an event of some sort, all right? There may be a vibe of independent wealth from somebody that you meet or date, okay? You may meet somebody that is like single, ready to mingle or something like this. You know, and I'm showing you here in a lot of positive energy, okay? There is an amount of generosity, whether in time and or in money here, all right? That's indicated that I'm going to pull a little bit on. And I'm showing that like the advice from the universe, and just to call these out, I have the 4 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. And I love seeing this Queen of Wands for you, because half the time I feel like you guys are showing up as the Queen of Wands or the King of Wands right now, because there's so much firepower. Although you could be dealing with somebody or have significant fire placements in your own chart. But there is something magnetic about you right now. If you tap into properly, okay? And you not get, you know, mixed up or back yourself up away from new beginnings. Okay, you do have Mars in the 12th house right now, and you know, it's nearing closer and closer to Cancer, and I feel as if you know, first of all, any of you guys that are born around 9 degrees, you know, this may touch on you a little bit more. You may have somebody come in or out of your sphere at this time of some significance, something of this sort. I also see a lot of creative energy and independence. Okay, those of you that fight for women's rights or the rights of anyone, all right, will have a lot of creative intelligence around this time. Okay, because the Lilith, all right, is conjunct Pallas Athena, or nearly conjunct around the time of this eclipse. Okay, it will affect your 11th house of networks as well as your 4th house of home as well, since those are both ruled by Venus. So definitely feel like something could be coming in from afar as to these new beginnings, or through your outer sphere. But whatever it is, it affects your base on a home front and your basic foundations. Okay, and you are popping here with the 4 of Wands. And the reason I am seeing you pop like this is because there was either a drive by your part in some instance to really accumulate a lot of independence and security. Okay, through hard work, and some of you may work from home. Okay, does not have to be, but for some of you may. Give me this 6 of Pentacles. There is something about generosity and giving, and that's of sharing, that is of quite some significance. And there's some sort of message here about what you manifesting for yourself, okay, through your own ability to give and receive. Okay, you may find a lot of joy right now from that, and you may find yourself in a new beginning, even if on certain things in regards to that, feel a high drive to get back to society or to someone else, or give your children a little more time, or someone else you love, something of this sort. Okay, whether that's in time, you know, and or money. There's something, you know, here in regards to divvying things up and manifestation. So just make sure that, you know, just heard some story today. I think it's Diwali today, and I just heard some great story about bread, and this woman who was going to poison some bread because this beggar never said thank you or something of this sort, and then she didn't, and then, you know, the story plays back, and she winds up, you know, benefiting from the fact that she made this positive choice to give in order to receive, something of this sort. But she did it because she wanted to, you know, it wasn't like she did it so she could get something back. Give me this Queen of Wands here. Some of you guys, if you have fire in your chart, there's something about letting your passion and your confidence out. Some of you may have a somebody who's a little bit like in the limelight, that is very, you know, charismatic and attractive. For those of you looking, that, you know, you may have somebody new come in that has a lot of, that's feisty, yet sweet and charismatic and well-liked. You know, easy to get along with, fun to socialize with. Not to say that that's all they do or something, but I feel as if there's been a waiting period, okay, that, you know, there may be something that's significantly changing for you guys as well here, all right? And, you know, for some of you, I just want to take a look at this real quick. For some of you, with your 11th house affected, okay, and the square from Saturn to Uranus, you know, some of you guys could have some sign of structure that has undergone a huge change in regards to where you live or where you work, if you know, where you do things of this sort, okay, but the thing here is like to just, some of you also may be involved with a Pisces or a Scorpio, okay? But I'm seeing like beneficial themes here of you just doing what you want. Now, it could be very well that there's communications from somebody else that's like, you know, that upsets someone else. But I see positives here for you, okay? Overall, all right, on those themes and with those matters that I just discussed. So definitely thoroughly enjoy it. It looks like the Cancer that's showing up here has put in a lot of work, okay? Some of you guys, you know, may meet somebody that you'll wind up settling down with over the next 2 weeks, okay? Or get closer to somebody that you've had your eye out on, okay? Some of you guys could have some sort of accomplishment or celebration as well if you do anything on the, again, on the web or with communications or you know, things of that sort. They could also be fortuitous at this time, or somebody else around you may have some sort of good fortune because of that, or will in the future here. All right, it's set for new beginnings in regards to that. So definitely enjoy it, Cancer. I love you guys. I'm going to clean this up and move on to my Leos. Leo, how are you? I just want to give these a quick shuffle here, okay? I hope you guys are doing well. You guys doing good? The eclipse is tomorrow. It'll be squaring your sign. That can tend to make it a little more intense. I did identify around 9 to 10 degrees of the Leo. For whatever reason, some of you may have something that goes on in the spotlight or feel under the spotlight in regards to something, or have something of significance happen as to your career. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I also think, you know, this is going to be in your 4th house, all right, in Scorpio. So, you know, if you're, there may be new beginnings around home. Some of you guys may move or think about moving or changing your home base or fixing it up. But with Venus there, which rules communications, I feel like there's going to be a lot of communications in the home. You may have visitors, you may have some celebrations, things of this sort over the next 2 weeks that are rather joyous in nature, okay? I also, you know, believe that, hold on one second, that there could be some sort of, you know, ideas in regards to communications here that are going through a transformation that might be, you know, a little bit intense, okay, that are pretty close to your partnership line. So, you know, some of you may have completely changed up where you work, business partnerships, you know, your marriage partnerships, things of this sort. Once Pluto enters your house of your 7th house, okay, next year, expect a lot of transformation to occur over the next, you know, stead, which lasts a very long time with Pluto, where your partnerships and your marriages and things of this sort go through a massive transformation. Okay? I see here a little bit of anxiety ridden. I feel like it has something to do with your independence and communications. It could have to do with a child or a fool's leap or some big decision you're making. Some of you may be involved with another water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. I also feel as if some of you guys are a little bit stressed out about some sort of letting go process that you're in, okay? Or that somebody else is in, okay? But again, I see a lot of positive energy around the home. There is, a change and a breakaway where you're kind of tying the old into the new, all right? And you may just feel a little bit, I don't want to say, you know, weepy or emotional over it, but you may feel a little bit emotional about it. You know, depending on what other aspects you have going on. I'm not looking at your individual charts, but I do want to, I see a lot of beautiful energy here. You are popping with Justice, so and that is a card associated with Libra, as well as Venus. So I feel as if, there, you know, those of you that, hold on one second. Maybe at a period of indecision over something, okay, in regards to balancing the scales. I show you a little bit stressed out here. Okay, you could be stressed out again over something to do with your independence or something to do with being out on your own. You know, and for those of you that have made big changes in the home, you know, that's totally normal. Again, with your third house, there could be a lot of communications going on right now that are very, very important in regards to, you know, you could have, you know, dealings with siblings or with your close networks, your neighbors, things of this sort. I see a lot of positive momentum there with a trine, okay? And there is a grand trine between the air signs, okay? Around the time of this new moon that I think will be very beneficial, okay? There may be some old challenges to a transformation, but like there are points towards going forward, okay, in a loving manner right now at this time, okay. The reason I see justice is here is for you know, for some of you it could be in regards to some sort of previous feelings of restriction on a path forward. You may have been stuck for a little while on things having to do with this, either because someone else held you back or you could not move forward at a pace that you wanted to on something, all right? Something may have been extremely slow on the take, okay? With justice here, you know, is very, you know, it's like it's time to move forward on these things, okay? The other thing I see here for you, Leo, is that there is a healing process, okay, as well as a little bit of defensiveness, possibly around a father figure, okay, and or a boss or leader, okay, you know, and I really show some beneficial energy here, but I just want to pull something real quick. Okay, I'm showing that you'll be able to do this if you've been a little bit scared about something ending or bringing balance and fairness to a subject, okay? You know, I show good vibes around this. Hold on one second, I just want to... I feel like some of you are mourning either a female figure or the loss of a family member, okay, and feeling at a place of indecision about mourning, okay, or family happiness after some event, okay. This could have just been somebody that you did business with, could have been a business owner, does not have to be. I show you here with in the King of Wands, this is what you can do to help this along, and it's like, walk away, face the tower of your emotions. There's something here about feeling like you're gonna lose it, and that's scaring the shit out of you. Now, it's possible that you're involved with the Scorpio and there are some sort of secrets, or a Pisces or in a Cancer, okay, and you're walking away from something to do with that. For some of you, there's a small possibility of that. You know if that applies to you, okay? I'm not looking at your own charts, and I don't know who you've been, you know, hanging out with, but on this, it's like for you to achieve the ultimate family happiness, again, you have to let go of any feelings of indecision that you had, whether that is in regards to, you know, getting with somebody else, all right, getting with somebody else, somebody new, you know, or dealing with your own internal mothering issues, or another female figure that's a mother, or you stepping into this momentum as like I mean, the Empress is all four queens in one. She's a very fertile being. She's very loving. She's very nurturing. She's very abundant, and she's very good at manifesting. Okay, very good at it. All right. And you know, I expected the Empress to pop up a lot today, and some Venus cards, and they have been so far. So I think that this is an extra kick, that Venus is super important in regards to these new beginnings in one way or another. Okay. So I want you guys to enjoy it, because I see a lot of beautiful energy around it. Okay, I really do. And again, like I said, you've got two communications houses clicking off. So, you know, and there is like a thing here about, you know, knowing what to let in and what to let out, what to let go of, what to stand your ground on, what's not your fight. Okay. And that's it. Okay, so I love you, Leo. I will see you later. I'm going to move on to Virgo. Virgity Virg, how are you? I hope you guys are doing good. I just wanted to touch base with you and do a little 5-card quick pull for you for the solar eclipse that is tomorrow. This is in your 3rd house, okay? It's very positive if you do anything in communications, all right? If you guys do anything in communications, if you have anything going on with your siblings, if you have anything going on in your small networks, if you're, working some sort of community event, anything of that sort that you need to come together with on, it can be very fortuitous, as well as be helpful in raising your income sources, okay? There is also some themes, that may play out for you guys in the 9th house as well, which is higher learning, also dealing with travel. So I don't know if some of you guys are studying at this time or embarking on a new course of study or something of this sort that can potentially raise your income. But you may have a lot of dealings or communication, communications wise that are important, okay? I'm getting strongly, all right? And I see beneficial patterns for those, okay? So I would expect communications to increase over the next 2 weeks following these new beginnings, and partially because of these new beginnings that you either want to chase or that someone brings to you, okay? Some of you could meet somebody through your networks somehow. If you're looking for love, this is not necessarily, I'm not going to say that this reading is all, love for you, but if you are, there may be somebody of some significance that you meet through your networks somehow, okay? Let's see, what else did I want to mention? Yeah, 9th house. I did, yep, I touched on that, okay? Let's pull a little spread, shall we, Berg? Nine of Rods is at the bottom. The Fool, okay? The 6 of Swords and the Star. If some of you need to put yourself out there, communications-wise, to grow, you need to do that. I feel like things are moving towards calmer waters. If there's a Fool's Leap that you want to take, that Fool's Leap is actually not so much a decision made out of, being naive fool or something. It's actually out of a desire to have more stability and ease in your life, okay? And for some of you, I'm showing that the reason you are taking a Fool's Leap right now, or will be taking another Fool's Leap, or some sort of risk, that you're very excited about, okay, in the upcoming few weeks, is because you want more stability. Now, how that will play out for you guys could, be different. But, for those of you that are, in some sort of anything to do with communications, there is a potential here to get some recognition from some work that you do, okay, Virgo? Which I see as very, very positive, okay? I feel as if you have the wherewithal to transform to obtain a victory. It may have been a very long process or something of this sort, but I feel like you are committed to the task at hand. Very, very committed to the task at hand. It's funny how much the Emperor has been popping up in these readings. But the Emperor is highly tied to Mars or Aries, okay? And Mars is currently in Gemini. All right, for you, that is your 10th house. If you guys, may have been, heavily involved with your career of late, okay? Just had a lot of activity and a big push forward in your career over the, past however long, Now, some of you could have had somebody aggressive come through, all right, that you had to move away from, that something ended with, either, I have, through an actual going away, which has made you take a Fool's Leap. I don't know if you lost somebody and then you decided to try something or do something different because you lost that person, but I am showing that, like, after the end of a situation, like, you moved along and now there's some sort of you know, new risk or leap that you're very excited about, that you're going to be very committed to here, Virgo. Okay, what is this star? Here. There may have been something in the past here that like you significantly healed from, or something that's very hurtful in regards to something that occurred here, that you were in a place of indecision about, that kind of, you let fear hold you back, or a fear of competition, and I see you healing from all that, okay, over the next 2 weeks to continue to go forward in this new, what the hell you got going on here, Virgo, okay, let me know, it looks pretty damn good. What you can do to, hold on, to help this along is, I feel as if there is a very strong sense of justice that you have around you right now, okay? All right, as well as a lot of intuition, okay? And you just need to keep moving forward, because you're, you know, the signs are here that you're going to have the strength to be able to do it. There may be, and the, you know, the confidence needed to do it as well, okay? I feel as if, hang on. Some of you may come along, you have been carrying a very, very heavy burden here. I don't know what this burden is in regards to, but I feel like whatever it is very, very heavy for you, or was heavy, even though like the advice from the universe is to keep making step forwards with your plan, to not give up this Knight of Pentacles, which is a slow but reliable knight, you know, and maybe that was a burden waiting for your advancement in one way or another, like you wanting to be further along than you are on something, okay? But I am showing a new beginning here, all right? And possibly an offer that, give me this Five of Swords. I feel like if some of you guys were dealing with a Pisces or another air sign, an air sign of one sort or another, that did left you hanging on something, or kind of stabbed you in the back or something like this, that for you to, hold on. There's some sort of bondage here that you let go of, okay? That you may have mourned, and that might be, you know, part of this process where you're experiencing these new beginnings, okay? I do feel like some sort of offer, you know, or doorway is gonna open, and that doorway has to do with you also like making a decision to realize the truth about some people from your past. It could have been in regards to some people from your past, okay? You may receive some truths about those things. Your intuition may be extremely heightened in regards to those things, and that's taken a lot of strength. That strength is of benefit to you internally, soul growth wise, okay? That's what I'm getting, all right? And the advice from the universe is to keep plodding ahead. Do not give up on this dedication that you feel towards whatever it is that you are working on, okay? And I told you all the houses that it can hit, okay? So I'm going to take a short break to get a drink, shuffle, and then move on to Libra. Thank you for being here with me, Virgo. I love you guys. Hi Libra, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well. I just wanted to do your check-in for the eclipse, okay? The eclipse is taking place in your second house. There's a lot of positive energy in there, okay? Especially for new beginnings regarding income, things we value, things of art, transitions of your investments or financial markets, things of this sort, okay? Can have experienced quite a few new beginnings at this time, and they may be very attractive to you. Like if you have a new income source, there could be something beautiful about it, or something like this, okay? I cannot tell you why I feel all these things, but because of these indicators that I have in here is why I do. But Also, you know, to have Venus in the second house is a natural placement for Venus, since Taurus is the natural home base for the second house, even though yours is in Scorpio. It will also affect partnerships, okay? So you could have somebody new come in that you will end up having some sort of partnership with, okay? Whether that's a business partnership or a love relationship is going to depend on you individually, okay? But I show you in a lot of excitement mode about something here, okay? Tensions may be high in a good way. With Uranus transiting your 7th house still, you know, there's been, I'm sorry, hold on. With Uranus transiting your 8th house, sorry, there's been a lot of changes in regards to legacy and inheritance and things of this sort. Some of you guys may have been, you know, gone through deep separations, or unexpected losses of loved ones can occur as well. Since 2017-18, there is a sweet spot right now where you are getting called towards something higher. Okay, whether you heed that call or not is a personal choice, and it's going to depend on all of you. And I'm not looking at your personal charts. Some of you will, some of you won't. But there is something very significant coming along, and that significant item may require a lot of changes that maybe feel unsettling, okay, or scary, okay, because they're very big or have the potential to be very big, okay. You are showing up here. All right, I'm showing a Queen of Pentacles here as your primary position. I have the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Swords, just to let you know, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. So I am going to look into this. Okay, we're going to take a little look-see here. But I feel as if, again, there's something, you know, very prosperous coming in. There are, I'm not going to say that it's blunder-free. Some of you could, you know, make some mistakes. If you are born in the latter decan of, Libra, that is where Mercury is right now, okay? And you could have some ease in communications like that, are very passionate or something of this sort, okay? You could be a speaker, you could have to speak for work, you know, and you could have a lot of drive towards communications right now, and be kind of at the forefront of some new ideas, or be relaying information as a messenger of some sorts, okay, about some things going on. All right, some of those things could be overseas, or having to do with higher education, or religion, or dogma, or things of this sort, okay? Because there's a trine, all right, running from your 9th house to your 1st house, okay? And between Mars and Mercury, which is in your house, okay? Now there is a little bit of a stretch, any of you, a tension between some pieces, you know, of this pie, okay? Like if you have anything at the tail end of Cancer, you know, those would be squaring, or know anybody that does, those could be squaring or opposing your ideas in some way, or causing you some sort of tensions, okay? Near that Cancer Leo cusp, okay? But at the same stead, you know, there's also some tensions coming from your 4th house, okay? That is a house of home. That is a house of foundations. Some of you guys may have had some extreme changes in foundations to your home, in one set or another, okay, over the past few years. You know, and there could be some sort of challenges to the way you communicate as a person, or something like this coming from your home. So somebody else may be challenging you at home, all right, or at some base, you know, that you feel a considerable amount of pressure that's going through, you know, a change. This will be, you know, auguring its way into Aquarius by next March, but it will really, you know, stick to your kind of this cuspy area of the 4th and 5th house, which is very, 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 very touchy areas, okay? So there could be transformations in regards to children and legacy issues and things of this sort, okay, that, you know, can be tough, and somebody at home could be rather controlling in one way or another, or was, okay. All right. And you can tell when if you're feeling overly controlling, rather than transforming from the inside out, okay. Check in with yourself if you feel those tensions rise, recognize them in others rather than, you know, these kinds of things, okay? There is something here about domestication, okay? And I don't know if this is you popping into this very loving, you know, vibe of the Queen of Pentacles, or if there is a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus that you're involved with. Could be, does not have to be, but the Queen of Pentacles is very fertile, very abundant, very nurturing. If you're not getting these things at home, you could feel tensions, argumentation in regards to those things. There could be arguments somehow about you and something that you're doing on the exterior or something like this, okay, that are affecting you, that are undergoing, and they're, you know, they need to transform. They're being challenged to transform, okay? But again, at the same time, there is a lot of beauty here with this eclipse. I'm just, you know, not going to not mention these other factors here. I feel as if some of you either, you know, maybe undergoing some sort of, some of you may be going, you know, having to reassess what your idea of victory is, okay, on a domestication front, okay. I feel like I already mentioned, but I got the Six of Wands, the Lovers, and Judgment on this Queen of Pentacles, okay. Hold on one second. Give me the King of Swords here. I mean, the King of Swords, my deck is upside down, so. If some of you guys are involved in with a Capricorn right now, you know, or somebody on the Capricorn Aquarius line, it could be a source of tension for you right now. I am showing that there is some sort of judgment being made about what a victory is or something like this in regards to a Queen of Pentacles. This could have to do with you. Others of you could find some sort of new person or new love that you deem as a victory. And if so, you could be a little bit obsessed with this person, or this person could be a little bit obsessed with you, okay? This could be new. This could be a new love. And if it's not new, there's something brand new about it, like, okay? And that could be because of, you know, you being able to separate out, you know, and either get some advice that helps you along with this process of stepping into this more fertile, abundant, loving, caring energy, okay? At this time, hold on a second. Give me this Knight of Pentacles. I feel like there's some sort of offer here that's going to be the result of whatever you go through here, okay? And it may be an emotional death and rebirth of sorts, okay? In a good way. But I'm showing, you know, Death, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Moon. I have the Judgment over there. Hold on a second before I get too heavy into this, okay? Some of you may have been like, no, I'm never going to settle down, and then decide that maybe you want to. It could be for some of you guys, okay? Others of you, I feel as if, hold on, give me this Page of Cups. There's some sort of, yeah, it's like there's some sort of deal here where, if you are like engaged with somebody who does not want you to engage in proper give and take with somebody else, and that was causing a problem, there is something about, you know, you being able to celebrate and bring forth some sort of child naivety or sweetness back into a relationship. And for some of you, it's about, hold on, you know, improper give and take, you know, on some issue, okay, that you're walking away from, okay? There's some sort of thing where, like, I don't want to say, hold on, give me this. I don't like seeing this Seven of Swords here. I just want to clarify on it before I say more on it, okay? I just want to take a look at this as a whole, because this is a rather intense, there may be some sort of truth that's like coming in, okay? I don't know if somebody else finds out this truth, or you are undergoing a realization of truth, but there is some sort of communications here in regards to investments, okay? I don't know if you're lying to yourself or if somebody else is lying to you, but there's advice here not to communicate and not to lie. Now, some of you could have some sort of new beginning that necessitates that you end something else, okay? That's unhealthy for you, okay? Those of you that are not experiencing that, I don't expect, you know, a problem, you know, but with this tension that I'm showing from your sign to Pluto, I just want you to be aware of it, because it's just very near the 4th, 5th house cusp. Okay, so it's like, you know, dealing with foundations of home and things of this sort. And, you know, there's a very positive trine towards new beginnings and new structures and, you know, talking. And I feel like you want to tap into that trine, because trines are places of ease. The place of tension is coming from home towards your 1st house. So, you know, and that could just be because you're a little bit resistant to transformation. You could have somebody else that you consider a foundational figure to you that either is gone or something of this sort. Yeah, it's like, but there is some sort of choice about domestic harmony and ultimate happy family life, okay? Where it's like happiness and joy means more than bickering and fighting or something like this that's getting reassessed here at quite a big level. There may be, I'm showing that there may have been something that was like unjustly done, or something with the balance of things for some of you that may have been off, either with your own family and parents at home, or with some other family scenario for some of you, okay? I see the result as you moving forward with something. For some of you, you may want to get back with somebody else, but for others of you, I feel as if you are going through some sort of emotional transformation insofar as your idea of domesticated bliss or something, you know? But with all this beauty and fortune, there's some sort of reevaluation of your values, okay? And there may be changes in your values. 2nd house is very value driven, and that's not just values about how you earn money and making money and stuff like that. It's the values of who you are, who you value in a relationship. The more, you know, these things are set for a new beginning, and that could be because of some unexpected changes from the 8th house areas, okay? And that kind of give you new ideas of setting yourself off on a new path, okay? Or redoing the path you're on in some sort of significant way here, okay? I do show that maybe there's something here that you need to keep undercover or trying to keep undercover, all right? And for some of you, it could be an offer or somebody that you're harboring feelings for, or somebody that you want to bring something towards, okay? And I do show that there is, you know, celebration here, but there's some sort of need to balance the scales of give and take, okay? And for some of you, that could play out on your home most foundations, okay? Especially if something's been unfair, even if that person's been you may have new beginnings on something of this sort. For others of you, I feel like you will like move investments, possibly quickly. I don't even know, like this is a lot. Possibly quickly, you may have to make a move to move some stuff around, okay? I don't see it being a problem for you. I see you being in a fine energy with it, okay? Enjoy that, all right? Let me see if I wanted to mention anything else for you guys. Be careful of any lying and deceit if it's on your part. That's the only warning I would give you. For the majority of you, I do not see it like that. Okay? You know, and recognize your emotions, you know, whether they're like backed by love, you know, just check yourself. But for a lot of you, I see you in a lot of fucking excitement right now. A lot of excitement, okay? All right, and if you happen to have anything in Scorpio as well, you're going to be like, I don't want to say hot, but there's something hot about very attractive, you know, I mean, something about something that you do might have an attraction factor for others, okay? Could be fashion oriented or something of this sort. You could just be like revamping a system so it's more aesthetically pleasing for market, for commerce in one way or another as well. I see that as a possibility as well. Enjoy it. All right, Libra. I love you guys. Let me see if I wanted to say anything else. No, I think that's it. All right, I'll see you in your long reads, okay? Bye, Libra. Hi, Scorpio. How are you? You guys are the superstars of this solar eclipse, all right, which takes place tomorrow. Definitely check your other placements, okay? And I will see you for long readings. This takes place in your first house if you're a true rising, and even if you're not a rising, that is how a normal horoscope is done, okay? There is a lot of activity, okay? And we also have Venus in conjunction with this. So I expect it to be a rather intense time of new beginnings, and there are a lot of Venusian themes, whether they're related to the woman or partnerships or Taurinian themes or Libran themes that are going to run alongside this, and the normal home plate houses that entails, okay? So this is truly a set of new beginnings that will cross several areas of most of those most impacted by it. It's not like, oh, just new beginnings in the area of this or that, because there's so many aspects in planetary involvement. I see it playing out across multiple areas or houses, okay? For you guys, it's also going to play out in your 12th, okay? You may have some 12th house involvement, okay? I feel like there's something that's freaking, all right, hold on. Some 12th house involvement, okay? Which can be a very secretive place, okay? Or a place of spirit. They used to call it the place of bad spirit. I don't really believe that. But it can be a place of confinement. It can be a place of dark spirituality before you come into the light. It just depends on how it plays out for you. I also see 12th house pop up with a lot of placements for people that do things undercover or have like, material that is, that not everybody is privy to, things of this sort. Okay. I feel as if there's been some confidential negotiations, possibly for some of you, that have been going on with Mars very active in the 12th house. That tends to be a lot of communications. It's a messenger of the gods. To have Mercury going through your 12th house, especially when it's in trine to Mars, okay, which, for you guys is your 8th house. There could be something like if you are having conversations or things going on that are in the dark, they could have to do with legacy, inheritance issues, taxes. They could also have to do with things such as things that are very deep and important, okay? And I see a lot of, with Mars going through there, they could be argumentative and or have a lot of, power or force behind them, or bravery, or, things of this sort, okay? If you are in the tactical forces, the military, the police force, anything of this sort, you may have a lot of heightened activity at this time, talks, negotiations, things of this sort. That said, for Venus to be in conjunction with what's going on in your first, I see it as positive. I don't know if you're about to come out with like, oh, this is the move we're going to make on something. I do think that any of you that are born within the first 10 degrees are likely to be very attractive to others at this time. You know, I just see that, all right, the way that the chart is playing, all right, and be, you know, coveted at this time, all right. I also valuable, all right, and there may be some new beginning around a female figure. There could be, but it does not have to be. I also see this playing out in your 7th house. So again, I'm going to go towards partnerships. Some of you may be dealing with some unexpected, you know, occurrences in your partnerships, but I feel as if you are, you know how to handle it or something of this sort, and you're getting things back on track, you know, or on a track or stead that is favorable to you, okay? I'm showing you here in a Knight of Pentacles position for this new beginning. That's a great position to be in. Okay, the reason that you know, that is a very slow moving Knight, so I don't feel like you're making any sudden or fast moves. You know, I don't think you're quick on a draw on something that's important. However, I think that you are moving slowly and methodically towards what you want after a period of introspection, because you have the Hermit here. Okay, the Hermit is deep knowing and introspection regardless of age. The Hermit is very wise, almost like a scholar or a Merlin. He sheds light on things. So again, with this, you know, some of you could work with people that, you know, are in confinement or something of this sort. But I feel like there's information coming in one avenue or another here, and that you have reflected on. And I don't feel like you're making any sudden moves, but you are moving forward, okay, in a reliable stead towards something here, okay? All right, Scorpio, I don't want to get too far up from this. Give me this Knight of Pentacles. I don't usually pull when you know, lately I've been doing much longer reads on these lunar items for you guys. And for some of you guys, you know, I say this could be, this could involve love for some of you guys. And like I said, you could have stuff playing out across multiple avenues. If it does involve love, like, you know, because it does have a lot of play out in your 12th and your 7th house as well. It does have an ability to affect partnerships and marriages, bring people in. I do show like some sort of, you know, very positive vibe here, okay? I have the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Three of Cups. I feel like this is a very celebratory thing, and you're moving, like this is your end goal. And for some of you, your end goal could be marriage or settling down or something of this sort, and having some sort of, you know, really enjoying somebody or an event. Some of you could have an event. You know, but whatever this is about your reflection, I feel like you've had time to reflect. For some of you, this may have to do with some new beginning in love, okay? If not in a partnership. I'm showing the King of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. You may have had, again, a conversation with somebody that was quiet in some way, or secretive, or some new beginning or partnership stead here. I'm really popping with a lot of Hermit themes. I don't know if you're dealing with somebody that's got some Virgo in them. You could. Holy shit. I am showing that for some of you, you know, it's going to be about your leadership, okay? And the outcome here I'm showing is a King of Wands. That is very charismatic, very outgoing, very passionate, fiery, you know, and again, I feel like this has already been contemplated. This has already been thought of. You know, there's something very creative and inspiring around whatever's going on. Some of you could have your eye, again, I'm getting earth and some earth and fire here. Some of you may have not been talking due to a foundation. Again, I'm getting these vibes like, you know, you could also have had to do your background research or something like this first. Maybe dealing with some sort of paperwork issue. Hang on. What is this? One second, Scorp. There is something here about about bringing forth an offer to someone, okay? Some of you guys may have had to reflect on either a business partnership or a marriage of some sort here, all right? There is some ending, all right, needed to start again, okay? And some sort of, you know, either looking at or bringing forth some sort of offer to someone, and engaging in conversation. And I feel like whatever moves you make, I feel like some of you were anxiety ridden over it, but you've already contemplated it backwards, frontwards, forwards, and everything else, and you're ready to move forward on something. Some of it may be secretive, some of it may be secretive, you know, I don't want to say like you're not going to gloat, but there's like, you know, if you are going to bring an offer to somebody, there may have been something quiet about it, you know, and I feel as if, you know, there is somebody may have pulled out an offer in regards to you, or, you know, generosity. I mean, I see you here in a very positive energy, okay? But there's something about putting forth some sort of offer. I am showing here again with the Queen of Pentacles, Death, and the Fool. All right, there may have been, hold on. I don't want to speak on this too soon. For those of you that were trying to get pregnant and couldn't get pregnant, like, or lost a baby, or have like some sort of divorce or issue over a child, I think it's going to be fine. I mean, I am showing here that some of you may have lost a pregnancy or something, you know, and that there was some healing around or something of this sort, okay? And, you know, I am showing like a lot of healing around those issues, okay? Hold on a second. Give me this Ace of Pentacles over here. I show like this wheel of karma spinning, okay? And I just want to, like, you know, remind you that, like, you've had a lot of duties as to your home or your homeland or your children or things in the homes there, you know, and there's been some, you know, structure changes in regards to things in the home. I mean, literally some of you could have broke leases with people, things of this nature, or find the need to, all right, to go forward, you know, and, you know, sometimes things happen when we least expect them. And I don't know if that's some sort of new business partnership or person, but I'm just getting a very strong vibe that, like, there's some try again or new thing. For a second, Scorp. I just want to pull a couple other cards on something real quick up here. Some of you could be involved with a fire sign, okay, or an earth sign, or have multiple parties involved in something, and something may be off or unfair. I'm showing that somebody is went through a big tower moment, as well as a transformation is coming out of it. This person may be in the spotlight in some way or another. Okay, there's something here about equal give and take and making sure that things are fair. Okay, and if that's on your end, you just need to make sure that that is done properly. Okay, there may have been a period of not talking or delay on something. I feel like you've been very introverted, like thinking about this long and hard on something. All right, very important. Hold on, and there is something here about, you know, about leading. Okay, and I'm not sure if that's you or somebody that you're involved with here. Okay, and negotiations over a potential job offer or something to do with some sort of divvying out, okay? Generosity, you know, valuing others and things of this sort. I am showing that if you grab onto those things positively, okay, that there is benefit to them, okay? Some of you, and God, why does this keep coming back with this Queen of Pentacles? I don't know if some of you guys did something in haste or somebody else did that you caught. I feel as if so, that there is like some sort of risk you have and decision you have to make in regards to what risks, and I'm strongly getting involvement with fire and earth. Okay, with fire and earth. Okay, some of you may have had an ex that was a fire sign or something of this sort. Okay, hold on, give me this. Or you may have some sort of stall out, okay, in regards to upper echelons of like organized organizations or government or things of this sort. Okay, now some of you could, okay, some of you could have had some issues in getting over a relationship that you contemplated a long time. All right, some of you may have, okay, and some of you, there might be some sort of I mean, I don't feel like most of you are old enough that check in here, but if you are old enough to have older children, I feel like there was some sort of issue with children. Okay, I don't know what. Some sort of issue with older children in their 20s. If you have older children in your 20s, I feel like there was some sort of issue. I don't know what went down here, but something went down. Some lying or something about something, all right? And some sort of delay on independence, okay? Or something of that sort, okay? And I don't know if you're dealing with somebody where like you say something and then they say the same thing back rather than address what it is that you've said. I'm getting that for some of you. That like you say something to try and get somewhere on something, and then instead of addressing what it is, the person just says the same thing back or says, well, this and that or something here that was fucked up. Now, for some of you, it could have to do with a brother of yours that you had issues with or something like that, okay? But I am showing that what you can do to help this, which I do see as a positive energy, I do show that some of you feel bound up by a foundation that you may have walked away from, whether in your own home or family things, or with a marriage or foundation, all right? And I show you doing it. I definitely show you doing it. And the advice from the universe here is to step forward with the offers, okay? To step forward with a positive attitude, okay? For some of you, it may be in regards to healing things and with a mother issue, whether it's your own mother or with somebody else, you know, a sibling or something. For some of you, there could have been some issues with a brother here, okay? For some of you. All right, and for others of you, I mean, this is a time of new beginnings, all right? There's a lot to the new beginnings that I just pulled up for you guys right now. There is a lot of energy behind them. There's some risk involved, but this is why you're showing up here with the Hermit so many times, of deep contemplation over this matter to make sure you don't fuck up. I feel like that's already been done for a long time on whatever you're dealing with. Okay? You know, I see you in a pretty freaking positive space, okay? I see a lot of heavy shit around you and a lot of involvement with a lot of people, okay? There's a lot of kings, and then there are a lot of knights, as well as some fools, which is why I feel like this is a family situation, or, you know, as well as a, another one. But I feel like if you know, if there's older children, there's something there with that too. And just carrying forward a positive attitude of give and take, and rebalancing the scales, and, you know, adjusting. That is been contemplated, that's been on your mind, and you're in negotiations. I already went over that. So best of luck with that. Okay, that looks freaking out of sight there. Okay, Scorps. All right, and for others of you, I just see like you taking action after a time of deep introspection where there may have not been any action, that these may spawn new actions. Okay, looks pretty damn good. Looks pretty damn good. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you later. I'm going to move on to Sagittarius. How are you? I want to do a little eclipse reading for you. Okay, I'm going to do a 5-card spread. I'll probably pull a couple oracles. I will pull a couple clarifiers, okay? But I want this up today since it's tomorrow. Let's see here. For you, this is in your 12th house. So a lot of the new beginnings may be quite secret if you're a true Sag rising, okay? I see a lot of truths here about some sort of decision and rejection and uncomfortability and anxiety. And the Lovers is here, and the Queen of Swords. Holy shit. Some of you may be having some secret talks about something that is quite significant at this time. You may have new beginnings in an area that you can't like fully dispel all of the details of, or something like this. Okay. Some of you may, and but I do see it as very fortuitous. Okay, it's also Venus rules your 11th house and your 6th house. Okay, so you know, the 11th house is the house of good fortune, it's the house of good spirit. Okay, the 6th house is the house of service. Okay, I've been popping with a lot of service related things. If you're in any kind of service related field at all, you know, you may have some new beginnings in those. But you may, like, if you're giving your help, you may give it silently, or something like of this sort may be occurring, all right? Or somebody may give you something but say don't say anything, something of this sort. Additionally, there may be some good news coming in, or fortuitous things coming in through, you know, that affect your 11th house, through your outer networks. Okay, those of you that are engaged in some sort of networking or things on a grand scale, or are reliant on commerce in some way that comes from abroad or from outer networks here, it could be of significance around this time for some new beginnings. Okay, let me see what else I wanted to mention here as to you guys. Let's take a look, see, shall we? I want this Page of Cups. I do show there's something very emotional and sweet with the Page of Cups. Okay, and I am showing it here around communications. It's possible that, hold on. I'm showing you here, if you are offered something in regards to work, you may be having a lot of conversations or talks in regards to an offer, okay? Some of you may be involved with somebody that feels like very kismet to you or something, or like an old affiliation. Some of you could work in a service-related field with people that you are related to or have known for a very long time, something of this sort, okay? Hold on. Give me this. I feel as if the basis for something that's going on right now, and it could be in regards to your work and business, okay, has its roots deeply in the past. Okay, with people you feel very nostalgic over, either that you're related to or have old soul ties with, or something of this sort, okay? I do feel like there is you know, some sense of standing up for your beliefs here, okay? To move towards progress and victory, okay? About your options, okay? And you're going to have the energy to be able to do this. I do show you in a higher ground phase. You have the higher ground on the issue, whatever issue is arising. I've already told you what it could be, and I do feel like for some of you this issue has to do with work. For others of you, I feel like this issue may have to do, there's something very higher order that is going on in the background here, okay? Because I have the Eight of Wands with the Hierophant and the King of Wands. Some of you may be thinking of bringing somebody an offer but discussing it in silence, or the offer is somewhat secretive or something like this, but it's very higher order level, very respectful. If you're talking with somebody, there's something very respectful and sweet about it, okay? There is some issue here in regards to, hold on. There is, you know, standing your ground, okay, on certain issues, okay? And I show you completely able to do that, and I'm in a place of higher order on whatever it is you're communicating. I feel like it's from a genuine, sincere heart space, okay? You know, I do. I feel like, you know, the advice from the universe is like there is some sort of indecision that you're having over heartbreak. For some of you, it could have to do with a female mother figure, okay? Either somebody you are in love with or want to bring a love offer to, or somebody from the past, okay? Hold on. That's left you in a place of indecision about this thing that you have going on here. And the advice from the universe is, on this decision would be to lead with your heart and not your heartache. If that makes sense, okay? Give me this 5, because I see that, like, with justice here, there's some cycle that will close out, and some significant accomplishment that can happen. You may be working with somebody that's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I see Taurus. I see possibly somebody, a female figure with a lot of positive Venus in her chart, okay, or Venus that clicks off with yours. Venus is a player as is with this new moon, with this partial solar eclipse. But I am showing, I don't know if you guys like, there's something very sweet in the background here, you know, and it's of a higher level. But I show you coming out of a period of feeling lack or abandonment. Like there's some rebalancing of the scales here that's quite significant, okay? And I don't know if you feel like you get something. I don't know when, you get something that that you thought you would never get. All right, and that is if you decide to get on the wheel, okay, and move forward. And I do see Jupiter as being pretty important when it comes to that. And there, you know, not to be afraid in regards to that. There may be like some sort of closing out of a cycle, or moving along, you know, away from feelings of abandonment, okay, or regret. And there could be some travel. I want to pull something on this. This is a little crazy over here. Hold on one second. Give me the world here. Now, I feel as if for some of you there's going to, again, I already told you there's something very sweet that's going on in the background in your mind, okay? Either through actual communication, although some of that communication may be, again, I feel like something gets rebalanced here where you thought you weren't going to get something and you do. You get to some new big achievement, okay? You could have some cycle close out or some new accomplishment, all right, that is of significance. It could involve an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, all right? But I see a lot of divine gifts involved with it, possibly love, but possibly also some sort of familial vibe to it, all right? With celebration that gives you a sense of justice, okay? And it is said for you to, this advice here is for you to engage with these discussions that you have going on. They're definitely higher level, or that you want to start over the next 2 weeks, and that there's something very your basis in it is great. I mean, your heart behind it is very, very good, okay? I do show that there might be some swift or hasty discussion from somebody else or something like this, okay, in regards to the way to move forward, and you may feel like you have to stand up quick to protect your rights or maintain your boundaries or something like this, okay, about your options, okay, to stand up for yourself, okay? And I don't see you having a problem doing that here. I just want to take a look at this real quick right here, because I do feel like there was, some sort of indecision, okay, about something to do with some heartbreak. And again, I'm going to say it relates back to some female figure, either your mother or somebody else's mother, more than likely, okay, for some of you, and some sort of, there you could have felt like you were at a stalemate and you couldn't get stuff done, and there may have been feelings that that you were not getting taken care of or something like this, okay? And maybe it was your own mother that went through some heartbreak, or some female figure, but or heartbreak over it. But I feel like that is ending, okay? You don't need to fear being divided loyalty wise or something of this sort here, okay? Because I do feel like you're going to get something that you didn't think you were going to get. Have some sort of achievement, okay? And an overflowing celebration or love or divine gift, and I feel like maybe you felt abandoned in one way or another, okay? That's going to differ for all of you how that plays out, okay? These are short. I'm trying to make them shorter today, so that I can get into all my other ones for you, okay? But definitely enjoy it, okay? There's a lot of positivity towards it. Whatever you got freaking going on over here is pretty higher freaking level. And I'm not sure if you've done it yet, but like you're thinking about doing it, or you're going to be engaged in doing it, talking, whatever it is. Okay? I love you guys. I'll see you later, okay? I'm just going to finish my shuffle here. Some of you may get a promotion of some sort or another, or talks of a promotion or something like this, okay? Could be for some of you, all right? Very, very nice energy, Sag. Very nice energy. I don't know for some of you if somebody lost, I'm not going to get too much into it here. It'll show up in your regular reading, okay? And I'll dive into it if it does there. Okay. I'm going to move on to Capricorn now. Capricorn, how are you? I hope you guys are doing great. This is going to be in your 11th house. That is your house of good spirit, okay? Brand new beginnings in your networks, okay? Some blessings coming in from your wider networks, okay? And new beginnings in that sort around this time, okay? Tied to Venusian themes with Venus nearly conjunct the sun and the moon for the eclipse, all right? I feel like this is definitely, also going to play out in your 10th house and your 5th house. So either creative projects and or career, okay? In quite a significant way, in one way or another, okay? Let's take a look here, shall we? Now, Wheel of Fortune, I love that for you. And then the Devil, there you are, okay. and then the Ten of Cups, and the freaking High Priestess, and the, yeah, that looks pretty damn good. Okay, let's see. There's some sort of clarity, all right? Again, you may be a boss figure or dealing with a boss or father-like figure or leader of some sort or another. This looks freaking delightful. You know, I'm just going to be honest with you and say that the only one here that looks like they can fuck it up is you. No, I'm just saying, like, your cards for the first part here are damn good. I do see like there's some sort of clarity. We have the Ace of Swords. Let me call these out. Ace of Swords, Emperor, the Ace of Cups, followed by the Eight of Swords and the Page of Swords, okay? So there's a lot more like overthinking over here of some sort that's going on, okay? In your advice on how not, you know, how you can help or hinder this new beginning that's starting for you, okay? For some of you, there's like a lot of brainstorming or new ideas or clarity on something that is of some significance. That clarity may come from those other areas of your chart, maybe from, you know, your wider networks in some way or another, okay? That give you some sort of truth or plans or, you know, something of this sort. Because of the 10th and 5th house involvement, you may meet somebody through your career or wider networks, or have the ability to work with somebody on a creative project or something of this sort, okay? Or have this play out, hold on. I feel like, I don't know if it's you or somebody else that has a choice or feels like they've been like carrying a big load of baggage. I don't know what kind of baggage here, but some sort of baggage. Yeah, and you know, in regards to things, but I feel like there is some sort of clarity about how you're feeling that comes in. And again, I already told you how it could come in. Some of you maybe dealing with a father and maybe having issues with father-mother issues of some sort or another as well, okay? Somebody could have gone through some sort of illness or something like this in one way or another, okay? Hold on. Give me this Ace of Cups. Hold on. I'm not going to speak on this too soon. Some of you may have a lot of younger children or something like this, or hold on. What is this? Sorry, I'm just getting like a lot of energy over here that I don't want to be, I don't know why I feel like some of you are fighting against the truths or untruths or something of this sort, or may have had to or have been dealing with that in one way or another, okay? I am feeling like there is something here about your advice from the universe as to how to not fuck this up. Is like basically your emotions about letting your passion out or reinstituting a friendship or a collaboration or a relationship or a contract, or leaving you feeling bound up. Okay, but that is usually a self-imposed imprisonment, and on this I showed that it's only your like negative emotions that are restricting you. okay, not the positive ones, because this is pretty positive over here. I also show, you know, so I just want to warn you against that insofar as what I go over here. The other thing that I show here is that like there was some sort of waiting or watching for something else to blow up. And, you know, for some of you, it could be related to kids or an issue with your father or something like this, that you're waiting for, you know, something to just blow on. I don't really think that you need to do that too much. I mean, unless, you know, there's a reason that you need to stay in this energy over here, because this energy over here is nice. It's very nice. So I would hate to see you, you know, again, the only reason I'm bringing these up is what not to do. What not to do, okay? So that you can take advantage of this, because insofar as here I do show that there's some sort of heavy baggage or clarity or truth, okay, that you have about either a lack mindset or carrying too much baggage on something, and maybe you were in regards to something, you know, that you get a lot of clarity over around the time of this new moon. It may come in from your wider networks, like somebody says something or helps you out in some way or something, and you're like, whoa. You know, I mean, that's the feeling I'm getting from it, okay? The reason I am seeing this, though, is that there's something here in regards to exploration, and there is an issue here where either, like, there was a problem between your mother and father, or there was some sort of illness or rest period in exploring something, okay? For some of you, especially when I have 5th house involvement with this 11th house, it may have to do with children in one stead or another, okay? Or with your own parents, okay? But I'm definitely showing that this clarity and truth is coming in regards to news on something here, okay? And it may relate, you know, back to these themes that I'm discussing. You have like an overwhelming, like, new ability to tap into a lot of overflowing, like, heart and love here, okay? I don't know if you guys have somebody new come into your life. You may, especially with some, you know, Venus issues being highlighted, and this, you know, Venus, you know, being in charge of your 5th house, as well as your 10th house of career, okay? But I am getting those vibes that there is something very, very brand new. Now, I, you know, feel like you don't need to, the emotional restrictions that you feel, you need to recognize where you're holding yourself back from something new that you want to try, okay? Where your own emotions may be blocking your fire, you know, you just, something is holding you back, and it's only you. I do show that there was some sort of stabs, you know, in the back here by somebody, and I'm not sure that it's anybody that you're with now. I'm just not. You know, I feel like this is old stuff, you know, that, but there's some sort of new clarity that spawns a new beginning for you in regards to major areas of your life that also may affect something to do with your view of either fatherhood or your own father. Hey, Kathy, give me some advice for my Capricorn. Yeah, it said, collaborate, build a foundation, okay? Part of that foundation towards your own independence here can't be taken down by a tower. And I feel as if there's something about recognizing your own mourning here that's very important, or your own sadness on an issue, okay? And just processing it and the clarity that brings in, creates some sort of new beginning for you. I feel like you have some sort of epiphany or realization within periods surrounding this solar eclipse. Okay. that may bring on some mourning or sadness because of the truth or clarity that you get. Okay, but I show it around some positive energy with an outpouring of some sort of new, you know, divine gift. Ace of Cups, that's one of my favorite aces, besides the Ace of Wands, you know, on the back side of it. But it does look like, I don't want to say you have to go through the, there's something about recognizing the way you've pent up your emotions on some level, okay? I don't know if that's past trauma from your own family shit or what, but there's some sort of clarity. Okay, it looks positive, Capricorn. Let me know how it goes. I see here, I am going to move on to my Aquarius. Aquarius, how are you? I see you guys with a lot of positive energy around the time of this solar eclipse, okay? You know, you have a lot of energy between Mars, okay, drive, passion, action, can be warlike, can be tactical, can be, you know, bravery and all of those things. It's been extremely active in Gemini, okay, for so many months. But, you know, Saturn finally is going to start to move forward, okay? That is a lot of progression, especially if things have been stalled out. All right, and it is trining with Mars, so I feel like you'll have the drive to kind of recreate some structures in your life if they needed to be. If you felt stuck with arduous duties, or like you couldn't get forward on the wheel, like it was just like it was taking so long, I was going up the mountain, that, you know, like how you get tired running up a mountain, that now with this forward momentum, like, I don't know, it's like when you hit that, getting weird, when you hit that drive where, you know, you get over like the initial spot of wanting to quit when you're running, and then you get into that cardio mode where you're just plugging along. I feel like you could hit that, okay, over the next 2 weeks. If this is going to be is taking place in your 10th house, you could have something very fortuitous come in your 10th house, or be recognized in some way in your 10th house, okay? Some sort of new beginning on that front, okay, that can finally move forward. Venus rules, you know, your 9th house as well as your 4th house. So I feel as if, you know, you will have something, it could require travel. It could require talking over things related to things like religion, college, education, dogma, things of this sort. You may have a lot of heavy hitters communications wise on these things, or need to talk to people that are far away, okay, you know, or had some sort of delay and things in regards to that. But there is a lot of positive energy, okay. I feel like there's some restrictions on communication or on some sort of transformation that you may want to make right now, okay. I also feel like, you know, a lot of you, again, could be talking to people of a foreign nature or something of this sort. Something of this sort has a foreign or international Sagittarian-like vibe to it, okay? Jupiter is going to be moving back into your 2nd house, going to be moving back into Pisces, all right? That should be very fortuitous for you, you know, once it does as well. I do see that you guys, you know, may have had, you know, a lot of issues at home and with structure that were unexpected in your either your homeland or your home or something like this. Okay, but I feel like now you feel like you're grooving on like the right path, like things are starting to line up, something like this. Okay. I'm showing you here in a very positive energy. With Temperance here, I am showing there's some sort of judgment call about like different options you have and like how those can play out. I don't know if you have to speak on those options in regards to these new beginnings in some way or another. All right. I am also showing you here that like, you know, you may have a flare of independence to you right now after making some decisions, okay, about some things that you want, okay. You know, I'm showing a lot of like fire energy here. I don't know if you're involved with somebody that has fire in their chart, okay. If so, that they would be over 35, okay, because there's a King of Wands here. Or this is just you in this energy. This is some positive energy, okay. But I do see like some sort of discussion, could be with somebody from the past about options. I see you having like a lot of protection to enter these negotiations or this discussion on something that you want here over the next 2 weeks, okay. It may require that you, I see the end result is like that you are going to make some sort of leap towards an investment here, okay. And it may carry, you know, a burden in the beginning, or seem hard, you know, or you may just be really excited about taking the leap, but whew, death on death. I can't pull anything else on that. There's like a big transformation here that could come about. You know, I do show you investing in something, okay? I show that it might be hard for you to take a fool's leap on something, but that you're gonna do it, okay? You do need to drop some baggage when you take a fool's leap. So like when you take a big risk on something new, whether it's a person or a thing or whatever, it's like you gotta kind of get tunnel vision on it and just go for it and like leave all that other shit to the side, okay? And I see you doing that, okay? I see like something's taken a lot of hard work, you know, and I see you having the vibe to do it. You know, I mean, and with Saturn in your sign, I mean, that gives you a lot of structure and routine, and it is your Greek ruler, so you work very well with it. It is squaring off in your 4th house with Uranus, so I do feel like there's been a lot of things that have gone on at home or within your home that some of them were unexpected, but I feel like you know the path you want now, something about this, okay? And I feel like you have some positive energy right now to tap into that, and to get it moving, okay? Let me see here. I also feel as if, you know, there is, hold on. Insofar as what you can do to help or hurt this, okay? I do show like you feel that there is some battle weary fatigue. I don't know if it's because of what you're after and you just feel like, again, I'm going back to this wheel thing that I said in the beginning or something. It's like, I feel like a tired horse or something. I don't know where I'm getting that from, but I am insofar as you with this vibe, with this Saturn the way it was, but it's going to start to move forward. So it's like right before you were like, shit, you know, things come through. Okay. I do, you know, show that some of you, you know, may be thinking of doing something with your home, either bringing somebody new into it or making some new offer, okay? Some of you, you know, could be thinking a little bit nervous about it, but they're, you know, the advice here is to just let you need to drop your guard on something. If it's something you really want, you know, because somebody may not even know you want it if you can't express it. Because your guard's so far up, something like this, okay? And then the other front that I see here is something else pretty significant going on, but there is a complete transformation, okay? And it is the end of a situation, like you are going to find relief, transformation, and a new beginning. And I feel like you're on that path, and you need to tap into that energy of the communications with Mars, okay? And you know, Mars is in your 5th house, so there may be some new beginnings and talks about new beginnings in regards to your children, a creative project, you know, and you know, possibly romance, you know. I want to know how it goes, okay, Aquarius? And let me know. All right, it looks lovely. It really does, okay? I'm going to move on I'm going to move on to, you may have to like travel some for work or something like that. I'm getting these vibes, international vibes on yours for some reason. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to move on to Pisces. Pisces, how are you? Last but never least, I love you guys, and I'm just going to pull a little quick read for you, okay, for the solar eclipse. It is in your 9th house. That is the natural placement for Sagittarius, okay? Let me just leave you on the ascendant here. I feel as if you guys, in particular, there's something very deep in regards to travel. There is new beginnings. If you are doing something in regards to study or learning or anything like that, it could be very deep in nature, okay? And meaningful to you. Something like this. Now let me recut. I gotta recut for my Pisces. I got so like, oof, that is like a heavy one. Emperor, you're like full on fucking boss mode here, huh? I feel like you just took charge of something. You may be carrying too much of a burden on something. You may be a little bit tired, but you are going to like explore something here of some significance, okay? Some of you may be a little bit obsessed with somebody with fire or earth in their sign, okay? And they may be foreign or not live near you or something like this, okay? What you got going on there, Pisces? I am also showing, hold on a second. I'm also showing that, you know, this is going to, let me just take a look at this real quick because I'm like, you just blew me away a little bit. There is a lot of communications in regards to some matters to do with taxes and legacy and inheritance here, and the fairness and balance in regards to those that can like move along forward. If they've been stalled out, I see them, you know, moving along forward within the next 2 weeks following the new moon. If you had discussions in regards to home and stuff like this that were all kind of tied up together, I see those being, you know, in a positive trine that you can move those forward, okay? I think that will ease tensions in regards to some items for you as well, okay? In communications, you may be breaking out of traditional ways that you communicate or communicate for a living. For some of you, you could, you know, be experiencing transitions in the way you need to communicate for work as well, okay, in one way or another, okay? Give me this. I'm showing you that, like, I don't know what the fuck, hold on, I don't want to speak on this too soon. You were carrying here, yeah. I don't know if there was some sort of communication or movement that you were holding on to that had become like some sort of heavy burden. But I feel like you bossed up. Now, some of you could be a little bit weary about dealing with an authority figure or a leader, but I don't think so. I think this is you. And I think that there is some sort of heavy burden you're experiencing about communicating, and you may be overly stressing yourself out here over something, over some sort of communication and delivering justice and how to properly do that. I don't know, maybe some of you are in the justice, how to properly do that, and like, how am I going to deliver this justice? How am I going to move this towards justice in one way or another, okay? And it, you know, it may be creating somewhat of a burden for you, okay? I also feel as if you need to just do it. Okay, you have Jupiter, your Hellenistic ruler, that's going to be re-entering your sign this month. Okay, and I feel as if that's going to be fortuitous for you, you know, to do. I mean, I just really do. There is a square for those of you that are born in the latter part where you may have been like mired in some disillusion or stall out that was like, I get like this angry start stop like energy to it that's annoying, that could have worn you out a little bit. Okay, especially if you were born in the latter decan. Some of you may feel like you were waiting. Any of you that were involved with a Capricorn, you may have been like at a stalemate with this person, or felt like, you know, this person may have fucked up some deal you had or something like this, or you know, came between to fuck up some foundation for you or some sort of arrangement here. Okay, I see you coming out of this wounded warrior stance. There's something about you building your new foundations, and I think that you're just there's something that you're like, somebody was torn. I don't know if it was about you or a father figure that was torn in between two things or two people or something here. That was a heavy burden about, and you're having a hard time talking about it or talking to someone. Okay, and I do see new beginnings around this, because you either like say forget it and you look the other way. Some sort of good news comes in, and I'm not even sure if it comes in regards to this or some other offer, okay, that comes up, but it takes you out of the shit. Okay, you may have felt like somebody made a decision that backed you up or something, some sort of win at all cost decision or something like this. And something about that was a heavy burden. Okay, it could have had to do with the father, but not necessarily. If you guys have Aries in your chart or heavy active with Mars right now, okay, because the Emperor is very associated with Mars. If you have an active Mars or you have some Gemini placements right now, I just feel like this Emperor is you. I feel like there is some sort of heavy burdens. Okay, if you guys are in the justice system or have to speak on something, there may have been blocks on communications or some sort of issues with communications, making them difficult. All right, that you were holding on to, that was difficult. You know, it was a heavy burden. All right, and some of you just may have been restricted from exploring something that you really wanted to explore. And I do not see that continuing, you know, for too long. I just don't, because of the drive. But like I told you, there is this like annoying nature with that Mars energy in square with Neptune. Okay, that can get a little bit like frustrated, like you feel like you wanted to do things, but you were waiting on something, and you know, it could have like been very frustrating, and like you couldn't see behind the veil fully, like you could, you know, or you felt like somebody was giving the runaround or something like this. I think that's going to ease up here with the Wheel of Fortune. All right, I really do. I feel like you know, there's some sort of courage or bravery that you've had here, that you just need to not be afraid to explore these things that you want. Okay. And I also feel like something about you going after your own personal wish fulfillment here pulls your own swords out of your back. I don't know who fucked you over or who betrayed you or something like this, but there's something about you just focusing on your own things. You know, I feel like, you know, some of you that speak or engage or something like that, there's something about you just needing to continue to do it, and that is, you're enthusiastic about it, and you get some sort of piece of good news here over the next 2 weeks in regards to it. And it's something about what you do winds up healing yourself, okay, somehow. So let me know how that goes. Okay, some of you may work in therapy or something, you know, as well. But it looks pretty damn good. Let me know. All right, Pisces, I love you. Enjoy the eclipse. Okay, I'll see you guys for your regular reads.